Okay, we are in Unit 2, and this is our last video for the unit, and we're going to sort of talk about what's happening now in the sports and entertainment marketing business. Here we go. Did you know that 7 out of every 8 people in the United States consider themselves to be sports fans? And that American fans spend an average of 8 hours a week consuming sports content? Most studies show that fantasy sports have an estimated total market impact of $4.5 billion a year. In 2017, a study showed that nearly 60 million people in the United States and Canada played fantasy sports. In 2017, DraftKings and FanDuel, the 2 largest daily fantasy sports sites, raked in over $3 billion in entry fees alone. Every year during the NCAA basketball tournament, an estimated 3 million Americans spend 1 to 3 hours a day during work watching the NCAA men's basketball tournament. According to a study, American companies lose an estimated $130 million in lost wages in the first 2 days of the tournament every year. At $122 billion, the amount of money that is spent on the NCAA tournament generates an amazing amount of money that is equal to Iceland's gross domestic product, their GDP, all from the NCAA basketball tournament. They don't call it the Final Four, March Madness for nothing, baby. And it's not just the United States. The European Central Bank came out and said that the World Cup, which is played every 4 years, significantly slows down the world stock exchange action. In the entertainment field, we'll break it down into some categories. The first one is movies. And of course, what's happening now? Lots of money. The top 10 biggest combined grossing films in a single weekend at the box office ever were movies released within the last 5 years. And actors and actresses are being paid more now than ever, especially if they prove they have star power and their movies bring in the audiences. Some actors and actresses are making over $100 million per year just for playing the roles in their movies. So what's happening in music? Obviously, downloads. Over 25 billion songs have been downloaded from Apple's iTunes. By contrast, in 2006, the first year to see over 1 billion digital downloads tracks sold. Keep in mind that the music industry is constantly shifting. It's went from vinyl to the cassette tape, to my personal favorite, the 8-track tape, to compact disc, then to digital downloads, to streaming music. The fastest growing segment of the recorded music industry is streaming music. In 2015, music streaming services generated a record $2.4 billion and overtook digital downloads for the first time ever. I love to read a good book, so in the book world, there's all kinds of stuff going on. One of the angles that has been really important with books has been the crossover from movies to the book world. So in other words, a book can lead to a box office smash, and then that box office smash can lead to the book becoming an even bigger seller. One wildly popular set of books from Veronica Roth is the Divergent series. The books show the appeal with other forms of entertainment. It is a box office smash, and it had a successful soundtrack. Amazon reported that the final book in the trilogy, Allegiant, surpassed sales of The Hunger Games, another book that went crossover from movie and to the book. And Divergent opened with a $54 million weekend at the box office, and it took just 14 days to get over $100 million in sales. That's one reason why a lot of times a movie script will be based on a very popular book series. The film's soundtrack debuted in the top 30 on the Billboard charts in its first week, despite being released before the film came out. Divergent went on to make nearly $300 million globally. What about video games? According to Guinness World Records, sales of video game Grand Theft Auto V broke 6 world records, including the highest revenue generated by an entertainment product in 24 hours. The fastest entertainment property to gross $1 billion. According to data released last year, an estimated 65% of U.S. households and over 59% of Americans, that's over 150 million people, play video games. They make me dizzy, especially like Fortnite. I'm horrible at it. My son kills me all the time. It's crazy. Video game intelligence company Newzoo reported 2 billion video game players worldwide in 2017. The global video game market generated $100 billion in revenue, and as the popularity of esports continue to explode, many industry analysts expect to see significant growth in the video game sales as a result. Okay, that is my video on what's happening and where we're going in the world of sports and entertainment marketing. Please read through the Schoology page and then do your activity for this module, and then you will proceed on to the Unit 2 assessment. Good luck, young Padawans. May the Force be with you.